Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Handroid from ITK.Japan. I know this is sudden, but what do you imagine when you hear Handroid? None of the dictionaries have the word yet. Because it is a word I have created just recently. It is pretty simple to understand the meaning of it. It is a word of a combination of hand and Android. It is a word for a 5-fingered robotic hand I am making. Humanoid robot hand has been studied all over the world for over a decade, but it has not yet been ready for practical use. It is simply because it's pretty complicated to recreate human hands movement in a robot, and most of the researchers try to produce an exact copy of the hands movement. So the goal is too far away. I wonder, before we aim for the ultimate goal, how about working on a robotic hand which has 5 fingers that move independently? Couldn't that be good enough for something? Wouldn't it be great if I could make one at a low price, since it has a variety of potential applications, such as attaching to a robot to handle natural disasters, attaching to a humanoid robot as its hands, using for some experiments or extravehicular activity in cosmic environment, using as a prosthetic hands. I was sure that I could make a 5-fingered robotic hand if its aim is simply to hold or grab or pinch something. My major at university was not robotics or even I dropped out of college. But then, what makes me so confident? It is because we have strengths in manufacturing. Our company, ITK, is mainly focusing on manufacturing parts for aerospace machineries and precision machineries. We make things from material requested in a drawing and specification with the right size, shape, surface crossing, heat treatment, and quantity. And to do that, it requires a certain level of knowledge, programming or designing skill for manufacturing, and equipped with designing and processing too. Fortunately, ITK's technology level has been high enough to meet these requirements. Having that, put an image into a design and actually produce goods was not that hard. One other thing which gave us a confidence is the experience in implementation of myoelectric prosthetic hands requested by an academic lab. Although we had all those confidences, since Handroid was planned, we had a lot of difficulties and challenges in implementing the project of the Handroid. The previously implemented myoelectric prosthetic hands inherited its basic structure, but the Handroid was redesigned with entirely new ideas. Although the level of difficulties of manufacturing the Handroid has gotten harder with the new design, was redesigned. With new design. The number of the parts and the total cost of manufacturing actually has decreased. The biggest challenge for me was the controller. I have the right set of skill to manufacture the hand itself and an image how to bring the idea into reality, but not the actual skill of electrical and electronic engineering to make the controller. Then, here he comes. Mr. Yutaka Ao. I call him Aono-san. He is a genius. Because anything we ask, he says he can do it. The image I had for the controller of the prototype Handroid was a grab type controller. Put the grab on, move your hands inside the grab, and the Handroid mimics the movement of your hands. The glove should have a sensor to detect how much the finger is bent for each finger, and get the servo motor move the right amount to bend the finger on the handle. The sum of the handle should have two servos, one for this vertical movement and the other for the horizontal movement. I asked Ano-san, how does it sound? He said, sounds fun. I asked him again, can you have it to me by Hyper.Japan? And he said, 3 weeks is far enough. He sounds like he's such a dependable person, but I know who he is. He starts putting his full energy only after it's too late, or nearly too late. In the end, I had to stay up all night with him for over a week, until the night before our flight to London for last year's Hyper.Japan. I was almost ready to give up, but Awano-san never did. And he could get it done on time. He's so great, and I really appreciate it. However, the Handroid is still not moving perfectly then. I looked for parts which can be used for adjustment. In the rain, the biggest problem we had after arriving in London was, it was too cold, and the weather was terrible. Why the weather in London so bad all the time? I forgot to bring my umbrella. I was shivering, smoking outside, getting wet in the rain. Anyway, the announcement of Handroid in Hyper.Japan 2011 was a huge success. After returning to Japan, our announcement of the Handroid appeared in many places and spread by SNS all over the world. After that, I went on a TV show and even a documentary program of the Handroid was broadcasted. And now, 1 year after the last announcement, the Handroid has been enhanced and made it possible to print small objects. Please have a look at this video of the newest Handroid. And now, I'd like to announce even newer Handroid here at Hyper.Japan. This is it. The previous model was operated by the graph type controller. I was not fully satisfied with this type controller because we have to prepare many different size controllers depending on the size of the operator's hands. So this time, I developed a new controller with a 3D motion capture. Now, the controller has no limit on the sizes of the hands or the right and left hand. This is a great idea. You only need to move your bare hands. Your hands don't get damaged. I had a lot of support for this development this time again from many people. I'd like to thank all of them I worked with. The Handroid is still not moving. The Handroid still has a lot to be better, but I will continue working hard developing the Handroid for practical use. I would also like to thank you for your attention today. Thank you. Now, I'd like to demonstrate the Handroid. One of our engineers, Kenji, joins here. And let's actually operate the Handroid.
Okay, now I'd like to do the demonstration using both this glove type controller and this 3D motion capture controller. To operate with this glove type controller, it's pretty simple. You just put the glove on and you move your finger. Like that. But this 3D motion capture controller is still under development, so it still has many restrictions to use. So you first open your hand wide in front of the camera, about 30 to 40 centimeters away, and completely parallel to the lens, and get the camera recognize all 5 fingers independently. Like that. Okay, so now let's start the demonstration with some of you. So can anybody be a volunteer to demonstrate the Handroid with us on stage? Sure. That lady over there, can you come to the stage? Oh, what's your name? Sorry? Nothing. Nice to meet you. Can you come here? Okay, please put the glove on in your left hand. Okay, now it's operable. How is it?
It's a lot of fun.
Okay, let's try this 3D motion capture controller. You put your hand wide open. You see your hand in the screen. Now it's okay. Move your finger. It's not very precise yet. It's under development. How's that?
It's different to that one somehow.
This is more responsive, actually. But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe we can have one last volunteer. Can you come to the stage with the green jumper? What's your name? Stephanie. Nice to meet you. Can you put your glove on first? Open your hand wide. Okay. How is it? Very good. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Good. Now put your hand in front of the camera. You see your hand in the small screen. Close out a bit. Wide open. Okay, now it's ready. much. As you saw the demonstration today, this 3D motion capture controller has still many restrictions to use, and the Handroid itself also has many improvements we can make. But we will continue to try our best to be able to announce even newer Handroid or more surprises here at Hyper.Japan next year. And today we have some of our other products, such as this battery-powered extendable walking stick. You see the red button here. If you press this red button, it extends and retracts, and you can adjust the length of the stick easily and stop the length which best fits your posture. And it's quite strong too. We have this and this Handroid and some of our other products at our booth at C10. So please come around and let's have a chat there. So this is all from ITK. I'd like to see all of you at our booth today. So thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you.
I turn the music up, I got my records on. I shut the world outside until the lights come on. Maybe the streets are alive, maybe the trees are gone. I feel my heart stop beating to my favorite song.